super excited to have our next guest on. Vicki Greene is the CEO and president of GED Testing Service. And good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Adult Education and Family Literacy Week and rise and shine. We're waking everybody up this morning, getting them all excited about the rest of the week and making change happen. And I will tell you, so I'm kind of a huge fan. I think GED Testing Service. I was an adult educator. I taught GED prep and also basic math for adult learners in Philadelphia for a long time, and GED Testing Service was in the center of a lot of the work that I did, and really truly appreciate all of the great work of GED Testing Service, and appreciate your partnership with COABE over the years. You guys have been at all of our conferences and presenting and sharing all the great things that are happening. And we're here talking adult education, and gosh, I can't think of a more impactful organization than those people that are actually helping, that providing the target that we need to hit the bullseye on and passing the GED or high school equivalency, so we can get that credential to move on, whether it's post-secondary or into the workforce. And first of all, I was wondering, Vicki, if you could start by just sharing a little bit about GED Testing Service and what they really are, because I think we always use the words GED, and it's really part of the high school equivalency certification process. But I'm going to turn it over to you for a second and tell us a little bit about the work you do.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, thank you for all that you did as well. We know that the GED in its existence doesn't exist without all of the adult educators out there helping all of the learners who need assistance. Sometimes learners need a gamut of solutions. And so we know the adult educators are really that source of just confidence and someone that they can rely on, someone that really is just there for them when they need any kind of help in their educational journey and life journey. So first and foremost, thank you for that. And all the educators listening. At GED, it is a household name. Everyone knows and recognizes the GED brand. And today, for the first time ever, we have National GED Day. And this is the first time that we've done that. And really why we've done that is that we want to celebrate the success of every GED learner, every GED educator, everyone that's been impacted by the GED one way or another. And what we know is that there's still 40 million adults out there looking to earn their GED. And what we know is that our work's not done and that we're just getting started. And so National GED Day is a great way for us to really celebrate the GED learner and just to get everyone talking about the importance of education and the importance behind how we can help get every single adult out there, their high school diploma. And, the thing for me and why I love being part of the GED, and you said a little bit about it, Jeff, is that, what we know and recognize is that differently. And because someone learned one way, or because K through 12 didn't work for one learner, doesn't mean one's good or one's bad. At the end of the day, it's all around education. And so my role at GED and everyone at the organization is really, how can we reach more learners? How can we build their confidence and really get them to see the skills and the abilities that they need, and then help them get onto the path of another, post-secondary or into a career or a job?
So the GED has so many. So first of all, there's not many things in our country where you associate the name or the brand with the company itself. And
Yeah.
GED has been able to do that. The one that I think of most common we can all relate to is Google. To Google or to Google something is a verb, but when we say Google, we think of the company immediately. And same thing with GED. It's built this reputation of really representing adult learners and helping them transition from high school, quite high school equivalency, post-secondary, or into the workforce. And it's just a wonderful organization. And thank you again for your partnership. I want to talk to you about a few issues though. One is, the fact that, GED and GED Testing Service has been the forefront of really helping people to educate themselves, and work within the system of adult education, adult literacy. But I think if we dig down, why is it that the high school equivalency or GED, why is it that that's so important for people?
Well, it's so important for so many reasons. When you think about it, every single human out there knows and wants an education. everyone wants the basic needs. And we know that getting your high school diploma is really the start of your educational journey. It's also one of those things for many adults that I've talked to. I've talked to thousands of adults out there who may have left high school for lots of reasons. And maybe that's one thing that I just want to get known is that when someone decides to leave high school, it can be for a lot of reasons, most of which are not because they're not intelligent, most of which is not because um, they don't want to be in school or because they're lazy. It's actually the polar opposite. What we find is that most of our adult learners leave because they have parents that may need assistance. They may need to get a job. They may have someone that's sick in their family. They may have severe mental illness that the school system is really just not able to support them. They may get bullied. They may have lots of life circumstances that are in the way. And so really, this isn't necessarily about someone leaving high school. It's really around how do we start meeting every learner where they're at and helping them accomplish their educational goals based upon how they learn, not necessarily can they sit in a seat for a K through 12 system from start to finish.
Wow, you're getting a ton of applause now from our viewing audience. People really can connect with that. And the truth is that there are many reasons why adult learners drop out of or don't complete school and don't get their high school equivalency, and many of them are just about life.
It's
Just
just life. That's right.
children, family, other obligations, and also for some, it's just that not having that support of adult educators in the country that say you can do it, you can do it. I just wish in my wish list of things is that I could share with the country all of the faces of people that have received their GED and the unbelievable excitement that they have when they get that pass. And when they see that, gosh, I can do this, I can do this, I
Yeah.
can even do math, and really dig in. And the one thing I love about the GED testing service and the platform is, quite frankly, it helps you succeed. You give everyone the tools you need to pass the exam and to make it very real and tangible. So I kind of love that. We're here at Adult Education and Family Literacy Week, and what is it that GED Testing Service wants to get everyone in the country understanding about adult education?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite questions because one of the things that sometimes we all love to do is get in our little circle and stay in our circle and not see outside of our circle. And what I would say is that it takes everybody. And it takes everybody to see individuals for who they are. And then on the reverse is it takes one person. And I talk about this all the time. It takes one person to believe in you and to invest in you. And what I want everyone to know is when I look at the GED learner, and this is my wish for everyone out there, is when I look at the GED learner, I see someone that's resilient. I see someone that's determined. I see someone that wants someone to invest in them and believe in them. I see someone that needs confidence. Not confidence necessarily in their ability, but in themselves. A lot of times, even when I look at my three kids, when you ask them, what are you really good at? Not everyone knows what they're good at, and not everyone understands maybe where their skills rely or are. And so how can we start investing in the human capital side of people, giving them the confidence, showing them the skills and the abilities that they have? And the GED learner, in most cases, if not the majority of cases, their life circumstances have actually already put them on a path to success and they don't even know it. Because what they had to overcome, what they had to do to get to where they're at, that's why you see them celebrating at the GED graduations. Because they may have had a life circumstance that they've been struggling with for years. And not only did they get over that life circumstance, but now they achieved their GED. And what we know is it takes time. It takes a lot of effort. And the thing that we love about every GED learner is number one, they showed up. And showing up is the hardest part. And then they prevailed, which shows they have grit, they have determination, they have persistence. And they're exactly the kind of people that every employer wants to hire. They are culture changers in the eyes of they bring different perspectives, different backgrounds, different circumstances. They're exactly the human capital that every employer needs.
I absolutely love it. So I recently read an article that had a statistic in there that the greatest predictor of a child's educational attainment in their lifetime is the education of their mom. And I
Mm.
was like, wow, just think about all the students that I've worked with over the years that were moms that were, bettering themselves. And the way that filters down is truly a way that we can change, at least begin to change generational poverty. And for the longest time, I think the hardest three words for individuals is often, no, I can't. And we've changed that to yes, you can.
Yes,
And
you
with our
can.
adult education systems in the country and the support of
Yeah.
GED testing service, kind of just love it. We're here I'm here in DC this week, and we're going to be up on Capitol Hill tomorrow. We're flooding the hill with all of our awesome advocates that are going to be up meeting with legislators and people around the country, just so we're clear that Adult Education and Family Literacy Week isn't just here in DC, it's all over the country. And we're really going to be meeting with legislators and those people that can change policy and make change happen. So in order to really get the message out. But I'm curious, for the legislators that we're going to be in front of, what would you like them to hear from GED Testing Service?
I think that, one of the things that we always fight and we always are looking for is funding. And how can we reach more learners? What we know is, whether we all like it or not, is not every learner learns the same way. And what we also know is that we have lots of learners out there who need to learn English. We know lots of learners that have learning disabilities that went undiagnosed in K through 12. We have lots of learners that have life circumstances and may need some mental health assistance. And so what I would say is that we need to start looking at the broader spectrum of outside of K through 12 and really looking at adult ed, knowing that every employer is looking for more employees. Everyone is looking to fill the gap, knowing that the baby boomers are retiring at a really fast rate. We know that the job market is really in need of men and women in the construction industry, in healthcare and technology, in retail. I mean, all of those spaces. And so to me, adult ed is exactly the spot that everyone should be looking, and legislatures is no different. And we need to make sure that we have the right funding available to really help these adult learners to put them on a path for success.
Yeah, so I completely agree. And it's not just funding for the programs, it's also funding for those wraparound support services. Rebecca mentioned in the chat box that funding for childcare and making
That's
it a little
right.
bit easier for
That's
moms
right.
and dads to come to the classes so that they can get support services from the adult educators that are across the country. In little things, I think for the longest time we thought that education was contained within the four walls of our classrooms, and we're beginning to understand a lot better that it really is about outside of what happens outside of those walls, where persistence has its challenges, and really providing things like helping provide diapers and those basic challenges that people face in raising their families and in the community. And GED Testing Service certainly has so many resources and tools on their website. Absolutely love the fact that this is National GED Day to get us off and rolling. So thank you so much for that. I do want to, before we let you go, I do want to just ask you one last question, which is your magic wand. I'm going to give it to you today. I've give it to some, and others will be given another question. But for you, I'm going to give you the magic wand today. And if you could change one thing when it comes to adult education in our country, what would it be? And what recommendation do you have for as a result of that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I had a podcast last week and we talked about the magic wand. And my magic wand is that every human out there is seen the exact same way. And we talk about someone who earns a GED versus a high school diploma. And to me, it has no relevance. The relevance is we have an individual that shows their skills and abilities, and they earned their high school diploma. And I also, in that magic wand, I want every single individual to take the time to get to know a GED graduate, or find someone who needs to earn their GED and invest in them and build their confidence and let them know the skills and the abilities that they have. Because this is not about someone not wanting to go get their GED. It's because they have we know the number one reason someone doesn't earn their GED is fear of failure. And most of those adults really struggle in K through 12. They may not have had a mom that also received their education. They may not have had a family that education was really the focus lots of other family focuses that moved away from education as the main source. And so take the magic wand and say, invest in human capital, invest in people, and get to know GED learners and find those individuals who still need to earn their GED and help them.
I love it. Vicki Greene, thank you so much for being with us today.
You.
Good luck with National GED Day. I love it. And keep up the great work. We're really proud. In the last 5 years, we had 397, 879 high school equivalencies through COABE. And that's kind of remarkable. So we're really proud of it. And we're proud of our partnership with GED, so testing services. So thank you so much.